Today on Riffs, Beards, and Gear, we check out and review the Clarett 2Pre interface from Focusrite. The Clarett line is a new line, an updated line, if you will, of interfaces from small to large from Focusrite that are Thunderbolt interfaces. That means they are extremely fast. And this 2Pre, for example, is 1.67 milliseconds round trip latency, which is crazy fast. As far as feel, real world playing with it for about a week now, this interface is much heavier than it looks. It is a very heavy duty, it's a metal enclosure. It feels very nice. The knobs are not wiggly at all. They don't feel cheap. This interface is really, really cool. Namely, and I would like to point out before we get into the regular stuff right away, that this has 4 outputs. So those of you that want to reamp, that don't want a big rack mount unit for an interface, this is your guy. Normally, with the 2 input interfaces, you only get 2 monitor outs and then something like a SBITIF or something like that, but they have foregone those and just given you 2 extra 1/4 inch outs, which is handy for reamping or creating a secondary mix if you have a vocalist that's tracking to a song in your DAW. Many, many uses for that. I really, really love the 4 outputs that you can do with whatever you wish. Now, you will notice on the front that it's pretty sparse, and there is a 48 volt switch for each microphone combination instrument input, and the rest of it is controlled by the new software that Focusrite came out with, which is called Focusrite Control, which is a new mixing software specifically for the Clarett series that really allows you to tap in to all the features of the Clarett, namely routing signals different places and also taking advantage of the new air feature for each one of the 2 XLR inputs on the front. What the air is doing is changing the impedance of each input, and you can turn one on or off and leave the other on or off. Doesn't really matter, it's totally up to you. But what it's doing is adding some really nice high-end chime to the incoming signal, DI, XLR, or otherwise. Now, you will also notice a lack of mix control. That's because you don't need to mix between listening to the input and listening to the output anymore, since the latency is so low because this is a Thunderbolt interface. I also really like the MIDI capabilities on the back. Now, as far as the instrument inputs, my first question, and I know a lot of you were wondering, if there's no pads on the front, no pads on the software, how does it handle high output pickups when recording something like a DI? And I am happy to tell you that it handles it just fine. I think the pads are automatically built in is what I'm suspecting, but there was definitely no clipping using some very, very hot output. Actually, the hottest output pickups I have are made by Lundgren, and I have taken the liberty to provide you with 4 DIs downloadable in the description for free. First, I used my baritone Schecter EX guitar with Lundgren the 1 pickups. That is on the bridge. I recorded 1 DI without the air and then 1 with the air. And then I also recorded a DI signal using the neck of my D'Angelico EXSS guitar using the air setting and then without the air setting. So you can kind of hear and compare the differences between the tone. Listen for that high end. There's definitely a difference, and I prefer the air on the neck pickup of the D'Angelico and without the air on the bridge, myself personally, but your mileage may vary. Finally, those that are looking for a new interface that want compact, powerful, and with lots of capabilities, I would definitely recommend checking out the Clarett series, because the reason why I got it is because I can be more flexible in reamping and sending out different mixes and just being able to do more with less. And this has been a wonderful upgrade to my previous interface for my mobile rig, which was my Focus Sapphire 2i4, which was still working, and I still have it. Actually, I'm probably going to give it to Jared Dines, in fact. But this has been a wonderful upgrade and has really opened up a whole bunch of possibilities. And for you guys at home that do a lot of that kind of home recording, guitar-based stuff, This is really perfect and you can't beat it. All applicable links down below in the description. You have been wonderful. I have been Fluff. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you next time.